What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking stock of what's inside the 442. Howdy! So like I said in the last video, I bought my 442 from a guy who bought it from someone else who was already starting to take the car apart to restore it. Now, when I bought the car, I was told by the seller that on the inside of the car, the interior and the trunk, there was a lot of the big stuff needed to put this car back together. So today, we're gonna be going through all that, seeing what we actually have, seeing what we're gonna need to continue putting this car back together, and going from there. But so I wanted to bring you guys along with me, so that way you can see all this stuff exactly as I'm seeing it for the first time. So let's go. So I have a little more room on this side of the car. Hopefully I've got some decent light over here. As I showed in the reveal video, I have the original, what I think are the original inner fender wells. And then there's a ton of stuff on the inside. So let's get this door open. Let's see what we're working with. So like I said, this car is pretty well taken apart. Let's fold this front seat down. Got some pretty good action on that. Now, the interior of this car, while there is the rug and stuff out of it, I mean, it does look pretty clean. There's no like big tears in the seats or anything. They're pretty firm. I mean, for a 50-year-old car, it looks like it's in pretty decent shape. Now, there is one small hole in the floor right here. You can actually see the frame rail through it, and there's my fingers. That doesn't look like that's going to be too bad to replace, or too bad to patch up there. And I do know some folks who are good with a welder, so we should be able to take care of that, no problem. Now, this big box here first. What is this in here? Ooh, so that seat may not be bolted down 100%, but we'll take a look at that. All right, so this here is a radiator. Looks like it's probably a factory size, maybe a little bigger than factory. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. It's got some pretty good padding in here, so in the time that it was sitting, it probably didn't get bashed around too bad. So that's good. Definitely good to have that. So next we've got two nice Body by Fisher sill pads here, or sill protectors. These look like they're in pretty good shape. They could use a little bit of a clean, but there's no big dings in them, nothing like that. So I think clean these up, install these, and we'll be good to go. All right, next box. Right, and you know what? I did buy a light at the store, so let's go ahead. Open that. So this box of goodies here, let's see. This looks like it's part of an armrest, and this looks like it's the matching one for the right-hand side. Now this here, I'm not 100% sure what this is, but I wonder if this may be maybe one of the eyebrows that goes to... Oh, no, because that's already there. So I wonder, this might be part of the... I wonder if this is like the inner door trim here. If you know what any of this stuff is, leave a comment down below. Tell me what I'm looking at here. And this looks like it might be the other side. Right, so those probably fit like that on either side. What else do we have here? Looks like some bolts for something, unlabeled. Just how we like them. This is part of the hood latch. This might also be part of the hood latch. do we got here in the AC Delco box? Oh, very cool. This is the radiator cap there. So that's good. I'll put that over by the radiator. You two can get familiar. All right, and this is a master cylinder cover. This is a body mount bolt kit. That's very interesting. Why would we need those? We'll definitely have to take a look under the body. We'll definitely have to need to take a look under the body and make sure that the frame is actually mounted. That would be no bueno if that were the case. All right, and this looks like it is a packing slip with a couple other items on here. So, looks like there's a rear stab bolt kit, which I don't know what that may be, rear stabilizer. Rear shock mount bolt kit, and a lower front shock mount kit. It actually has the name of probably who the previous owner was. So I may have to try and get in touch with him, see if we can learn just a little bit more about this car. This, I am not sure what this goes to. That is very interesting. This is also part of the hood latch assembly. This is a battery cable heat shield. Looks like got some piston rings. Yeah, so look at these are... This is like the world's worst unboxing video. Look at that. Fresh new set of rings. Stretch my knees out here. Alright, these are lower front mount shock absorber mounting kit. You've got a nice little magnet there. The rear stabilizer bolt kit, so that's the rear stab. This looks like a old body mount or something. This is the 4-speed Z-bar block. Bolt for that. Looks like half-inch bolts. An assortment of other bolts and connectors here. Nice little stop sign. And then the rear shock mountain bolt kit. Alright, so a variety of parts in there. All good stuff. On to the next box. So this looks like an assortment of belts. I will probably be using none of these, even though they don't look like they're in too bad a shape. We've got a single washer. What is all this stuff? You know what? I am just gonna sit down. All right. Let's see what we've got here. Not 100% sure what that is. It does look like it's kind of bent. Although maybe that's factory. I have no idea. Doesn't say anything on it. This looks like it might be part of a pedal mount assembly. I wonder if this is... I wonder if that's like my high beam switch or something. Not 100% on that, but this looks like oil or perhaps this looks like some sort of sending unit. It does say 12V on it there. 12-V S5. Got a couple nice little T's right there. Or L's, not really sure. Bolt. Another bolt. This one says TR on it, so I wonder if that's something trans related. Big ol' fitting right there. And then a bolt and a washer. All right, so this is a frame mount repair washer set. Not sure if you can read that or not, but a bunch of washers there. Not really sure what these are. Let's see if we can't open this up. Alright, so these just look like a bunch of tie downs and things. Looks like there's some other clamps and things, so I'm not sure what those are going to be used for. We've got a variety of bolts. These may be valve cover bolts. They look like they're about that size. So I'm finding more and more frame mount pads like these in all sorts of sizes. So I'm wondering if these were already replaced. I mean, I'll really have to see if the body is attached to the car or to the frame. I'm really hoping that these have been replaced already. I feel like there would have been much bigger problems during shipping if the body, for whatever reason, was not attached to the frame. But we'll see. We're going to have to figure that out once we actually get underneath the car. But so tons of those in here. I'm not quite sure what this trim piece would be for. Maybe something interior. It doesn't look like it's in too rough a shape. Looks like it's just a little dirty. Can clean that up and get that all nice and shiny. It's another frame washer. Another frame pad. Some sort of tie down bar. It's got an R engraved into it right there. All right, so now these are the valves. So like I said, the motor is mostly taken apart on this car. So once we get the hood open, we'll actually be able to see that. This, I would imagine, is an intake valve. Looks pretty big. Another intake valve. Another intake valve. This is the matching. Oh, maybe not, because this one's also got an R in it. I thought this would match the other bar here. More body mounts. Some sort of paper gasket. What would this have gone to? See if I can hold my camera here. Don't think that's carburetor. I wonder what that would have been to. You can figure, oh, water pump. That's a water pump gasket. This is, I believe, the grommet for the I believe this is the grommet for the PCV valve that goes in the valve cover. Big bolt, probably one of the body mounting bolts. There are various assorted bolts and things in here, but these look like the exhaust valves. Nothing too rough. So this here is a little worrying. Why are there chips out of this exhaust valve? Because that's definitely... Yeah, that looks like it's definitely some missing material there. This looks like something plastic that broke. Not too worried about that. Some more valves. Now this is pretty cool. This looks like it might be the original oil filler cap. That's pretty cool. If this is the original one, I'll have to verify that somehow, but we can definitely get that cleaned up. I don't see why we wouldn't be able to get that cleaned up and use it. That's cool. We also have a bunch of AC Delco spark plugs. These are R46SZs, which I think would be like just the period correct spark plug. Now, here's something that I think is pretty exciting. We have what I think are original side marker lights. So this would be like the front one for the blinker. This would be the back one for like the tail light. There's left hand, right hand. Is that? So now I'm not 100% positive, but PIA 70, I'm wondering if that means this was manufactured in 70 or for a 70 model. But Guidex side marker lights, very, very cool piece. And it looks like it's on the original mounting hardware, which is crusty, but I'm sure we can find a good aftermarket replacement for that. So that's pretty much it for this box. There's assorted bolts and nuts left over. A piece of the grounding strap for the motor, but we'll obviously be replacing that. All right, on to the next box. Looks like we've got some cut battery wires there, which is fine. Going to be replacing those anyway. We have, looks like the engine oil dipstick tube. We have a shifter boot. Looks like that's in pretty good shape. And some sort of Allen bolt there. We have what I think might be a lower radiator hose with some sort of spring in it for some reason. That goes all the way through. I wonder if that's just to keep it sturdy? I've never seen that before. Okay, it goes, hopefully you can see that. I mean, it goes like all the way through. Weird. Next, we have a mechanical fuel pump. Looking kind of crusty, so we'll probably have to replace that. Might see if we can refurbish this one, but just from the looks of it, it doesn't look like this is going to be salvageable. This is, I believe, a battery tie-down. This appears to be a negative battery cable, maybe? I haven't seen that style mount, or this one either. So I wonder if there's any rarity to that. Let me fix my light here. This looks like part of the transmission tunnel, probably just something that fits like that, mount the boot to. This, I have no idea what it is. Whatever it is, it's crusty. So, I mean, just completely unidentifiable. This, I have no idea what it is. That's especially weird because there's two of them. So I wonder if this is part of like the clutch assembly or something, or if it's some sort of protector. Maybe it's something that links up to the boot and like attaches to the shifter somehow. Sort of like goes through the gears, sort of like a sandwich situation. I don't know. If you know what it is, comment down below. Got some exhaust flanges there. This is some sort of very sturdy bracket. I wonder if that's alternator. This looks like a hood spring. This is some other sort of spring. And this looks like a spark plug lighter. Like if you... This is kind of neat. I might actually have to see if I can restore that, get it to work. That's pretty cool. All right, so this is the rest of the stuff from the interior. So let's, I guess let's start one by one here. These are just some protective seat covers. Nothing special there. So here, I've got one door card that looks like it's in pretty decent shape. Maybe some new pieces already affixed on there. This could use a good cleanup and reinstall once we get the windows squared away. The driver's side window has a little bit of a squeak when you roll it up and down, but that's nothing we can't handle. So that's door card 1. This is sort of the back side. Now what I may do, this is probably like sound deadener or something in here, just something like some cardboard to keep it relatively straight. What I'll do is I'll throw some sound deadener in there as well. But this looks pretty clean too. Now the other thing that I'd like to do, I've got to figure out how to do it. Steve, I believe, with the blue Xcode that I reviewed, he said his wood grain in here, he replaced with actual wood grain rather than vinyl stickers. So that is something I'd like to explore because I really like the look of that. But obviously we'll have to keep that within our monthly budget. Next, I've got armrest. This looks like it's probably the back armrest. This is one of the backing plates for that. Another back armrest with the backing plate. Check this out, some seat belts. These are probably originals. And that definitely looks like an original sticker to me. Got some of the interior pieces. This is the piece that goes like on the back little elbow there in between the door and the body. Got some handles, or at least a handle. Some various bolts. Some other trim pieces. Not quite sure where that goes. That maybe... I'm not sure where that goes. So just more of the same. Interior light. Let me get some better light down here as well. Another handle, some more seat belts. This is all great stuff. This is all super good. Look at that. These are the door handles for the doors. This is great. Seat belts with with working retractors. Wow, that's sick. Does this one work too? Yes, it does. That's awesome. That's super good. All right, so that's all interior stuff. All right, so more interior stuff. These are some of the footwell panels. This looks like it's the passenger side one. Can pull that can pull this lever here, open up for some fresh air. This is looks like the other side with the guard on the front there. Now the other guard for that other part is on the inside there. And these are the rear side pieces there. So this, I think this actually goes, I think this goes this way. So that way you got your window crank there, and then this fits over the back towards the rear where the rear defroster is. So this also pretty good shape. Pretty good shape on both sides, I'd say. A little bit of cleanup to do. Nice little factory sticker, I believe, there. And this is just for the other side. So super cool to see that. And then this box is pretty cool. This looks like a vintage type of deal here. Not really sure how to get her open. I just know it says do not bend. But so if this is a manifold set, it is the intake manifold, front seal, rear seal, and one intake manifold gasket. So I wonder if this is a turkey tray? Let's see. It is a turkey tray. So this may be an item that I sell, because I don't know that I want to deal with that. Put that over here. Look at, I didn't even read the side of the box. Rad 442. I know it means radiator, but this car is rad for sure. Great, I killed my light. All right, and then next box, Victor Rhines. Looks like valve cover gaskets and, ooh, maybe some head gaskets in there. Yeah, those are some head gaskets. So we'll have to see. I'll have to talk to some folks, see if they recommend using those or using some MLS ones. But they also have exhaust manifold gaskets in here. That is pretty sweet. And then what are these? I have no idea. Maybe some covers for the bolt heads or something? I don't even know. I don't even know. Then we've got, look at this. We have a thermostat housing gasket. Looks like oil pump and mechanical fuel pump gasket. This is just sick. Now I have no idea how old any of this stuff may be, but if I had to guess by these boxes, I would say pretty freaking old. All right, on to the next box. Oof, that is hefty. That looks like power steering. Let me change up the light situation again. So this looks like power steering pump. That may be a replace. This is one of the horns. Also replace. The other horn. For those that don't know, there is a high and a low tone. If one of those doesn't work, your car either sounds like a tugboat or a Japanese car. This looks like this might actually be the original oil filler cap. I'm not 100% sure on that though. Fan adapter. Water pump pulley. This might be the fan pulley. Actually, this might be crank pulley, water pump pulley. This bad boy, I have no idea what that is. This has a knuckle on it, so I wonder if this is something clutch related maybe? We have, I believe, an alternator bracket. Some sort of hook. This looks like a spacer for one of these. Might go in there like that for some reason. But that's all for that box. Oh, the power steering pump is heavy. Yeah, so the pulleys may just be replace those, leave them be. This is the last box that was on the inside of the car. This is the alternator bracket that attaches to the manifold. We've got some, these must be Bluetooth push rods. Got some Moog chassis parts. So the box says it is a bushing kit. So I wonder, I wonder what these are bushings for. These almost kind of look like motor mounts, but those look way too big to be motor mounts. It must be something with the suspension. And this control arm bushing. Oh, so that's what that other deal is. I was wondering what that would be, but it is a control arm bushing. This is a genuine GM something or other. And another control arm bushing. So this guy's brother must have fallen out of the box and gone into one of those other boxes. Got some more door handles with the different color knob on there. This looks like starter shield. Yup, starter shield. Battery tray. We are back in the garage taking the rest of the inventory for the 442. Let me show you the interior because I was very pleasantly surprised, if I'm honest, just how nice this interior looks. So like I said, there is one small hole in the floor that'll need to be patched up, but I mean, look at the seats. They look pretty well held together. Dashboard doesn't look too bad. And there's no cracks in it. Looks like a relatively new rear view mirror. Steering wheel's in nice shape. Shifter's in nice shape. I could use a little cleanup. Got some wiring to take care of. Back seats just as nice as the front. And look at the headliner. This is what I'm super pumped about. It's got the headliner. Headliner's in great shape. It's got the optional shoulder belts, which look like they're in great shape. Sorry, it's got the optional shoulder belts, which look like they're in great shape. I mean, this interior is pretty solid. I think with a good cleanup, this is going to be great. All right, take two here. Let's see what we've got in the trunkola. Ooh, that is a crisp latch. Ooh. Does this open further than that? No, it does not. Okay, so that may make things a little tricky to get out of here, but that's okay. So just taking a quick look around, and we've got a fan with a clutch on it. We've got what looks like part of a heat shield or something, radiator hose, alternator, distributor, which is super cool. We've got the little guard back there. That's the, or not the guard, I guess it's sort of the mount between the, it's the mount that holds the radiator to like the front core there. And are those speakers? I thought those were rear defrosters back there, but that may be speakers. I wonder if this didn't have a rear defroster on it. But so look at this too. Jack instructions, that's pretty cool. Let's see what else we've got on this side. This looks like we've got shocks, some old shocks. Got the starter, that thing's a tank. Some valve springs, it looks like. Looks like the rest of the valves over there. All right, so let's start on this side. Oh, there's one of the cylinder heads. Just wonder if the other head's under here as well. Let's get this out of here. I have no idea what that is. This doesn't say anything. And this doesn't say anything on here except GMA body. So actually, I wonder if that's floor pan replacement for over here. That would be pretty cool if we already had that. So it looks like we've got a hinge here for the hood. This now? This looks like maybe a stabilizer bar. What else have we got? This looks like heater assembly here. Okay looking fan. I know some of this stuff looks particularly crusty, but the thing to keep in mind is that it's 50 years old, and it has been sitting for a little bit of time, so I'm not super stressed about the various issues we might find here. Now, what is this? This looks like maybe part of the parking brake. This looks like it's maybe part of the parking brake cable. So we'll have to replace that. What else have we got here? This looks like it's the rest of our shifter assembly. We got some holes in there. Have to replace that. All right, and now we've got a couple of shocks. $3192809. I wonder if that's a date code right there, 22567. So I wonder if someone replaced the factory shocks with 67 shocks. I wonder what that's all about. That's pretty cool. Delco Products, Dayton, Ohio, USA. What's this one say? Just curious. 22567. So I wonder what's up with that. Now, what is this here? I have no idea. I wonder if this is another part of the floor. Oh no, that's my, that is the other part of the floor. That's the high beam switch right there. And this spider right here came all the way from Missouri to say what's up. Alright, let's see what else we've got here. Some of this stuff is going to require two hands. Good. That's what I need to do. Some of this stuff is going to require two hands, so I'm going to set the light there. This is pretty neat. Fan with clutch. Looks to be original. I wonder why it sort of looks like these two on the far side are closer together than the other ones. I wonder why that would be. It's funky. Alright, these here look like some fresh brake lines. This thing here where my pointer is, this here looks like it might be another replacement dipstick tube or something, but those look like brake lines. What else have we got? This is the jack. We've got another radiator hose. I wonder if this has that goofy spiral thing in it again, which doesn't look like it does. we have valve cover number 1, which looks okay. Not great, not terrible. Okay, back to it. Let's see what else we've got. So we've definitely got the jack. I'm going to take that out. This thing is insane. Like, how high were you jacking your car up back in the day? That thing's like 4 feet long. Let's get this out. Oh, jeez. Probably should have moved that, but that's okay. These are the trim pieces for the side there. Super sick. Now let's get this out of here. All right, so we've got cylinder heads. These are E heads, which is pretty interesting. So what do we got here? Just taking a look, we've got 455 intake, and we've got are those W and Z exhaust manifolds? Look at this. W, and where's the other one? W and the Z. Look at that. These are cool. You definitely might be able to save these. I didn't know. I wonder what this little flap is for. I had no idea that that was even a thing back in the day. I'll have to ask someone about that. But that back there... Oh, that must be the rug. I was told I would be getting a rug with the car, so that must be what that be, because that says Legendary Auto over there. But that's cool. And then is there anything else underneath this? No. Just solid trunk floor, it looks like. So this is good. This is all great stuff. I'm very, very excited. This is going to be awesome. So that is just about everything that came with this car. This is all super exciting for me. I was told by the seller that I was going to be getting all the major stuff to put this car back together, and it really looks like I've got just that. Some of this stuff, unfortunately, might not be salvageable, and some of this stuff I don't want to use personally. So I'll probably be selling it, so if you're interested in any of these parts, please look out for that. But for as sketchy as taking on a project like this can be sometimes, I think there's a lot of really good stuff here. I'm very excited to get to building. I'm very excited to get the hood open because I haven't been able to do that yet, but I think it's just a matter of getting underneath the car and using like a long screwdriver or something to poke at the latch and get it open. But so that's pretty much it. If you like this video, please click the like button down below. If you want to keep up with the progress on the 442 and the other cool stuff I'm doing with the Cutlass, please click subscribe and click the notification button down below so that way you get notified every time I post a new video. If you know anybody that likes these cars, likes projects, likes Oldsmobile specifically, please share this video with them. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.